We.
Nicholas?
Sorry. I have food in my mouth. Um,
It's okay. So do I.
alright, so last week we followed the invisible people to the basement of the jail cells. And entered into combat. Woohoo! And eventually, after a while, killed all of them. We are picking it up, just exiting combat as Durkar, getting the final hit into Wembley, sticks him in the eye with his own Chris.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Huh?
Said short and sweet.
Gets the job done. So you guys are just finishing combat. What do you guys want to do?
Well, let's loot.
How about we go search the rooms and we recover many arrows that we need are used.
Okay.
Well, I'm down 2 javelins too.
I'm sorry. What was that, Durkar?
Well, I'm down 2 javelins as well.
Okay. Why don't Reardon and Durkar both give me investigation checks?
+3 on Reardon. +4 on Durkar.
How many arrows are you missing, Reardon?
11.
I think I'm missing 7.
Give me an intelligence. I'm sorry, investigation check as well. Aramil.
+4 on Aramel.
Oh, so that spell automatically does it. That's cool.
I changed it so that it would roll automatically when I cast it.
Cool, then disregard my D4 roll then.
Reardon, you find 10 of yours. Durkar, you said you're missing 2 javelins?
Correct.
You find them both. How many arrows are you missing, Aramil?
7.
You find 6 of yours.
Thank you.
So, what else are you guys doing?
Well, let's search the body, see if there's anything we can find.
That makes sense. I'll help.
Okay, Durkar, go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage.
+3.
So 21.
Okay, do you include the guards' bodies?
No, I wouldn't have.
Okay.
Walking out with guards gear might, not be great.
On the other hand, they aren't going to need it anymore.
Wow.
Wow, Burheis is moved to wow.
I thought I was mean and harsh.
Okay, first of all, Wembley, he's wearing basic leather armor with Wembley has basic breastplate on with a basic warhammer and another respawn respawn focus spell focus. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. As far as the two gnomes are concerned, they're carrying. Each one is carrying 2 scimitars and 6 daggers.
Nothing else in any hidden pockets or nothing, just weapons.
Nope, just weapons. This guy here, the dwarf. He's got a let's see what was he using. He's got 2 short swords and a crossbow. He also has 2 bottles with a red liquid. And a well folded scrap of paper. It's been folded and unfolded many times.
And right. So what? Okay. That's a lot. What's on the paper? I'll unfold it.
What languages do you speak?
Common and Draconic.
You're not sure what it is, what it says.
Hey, anybody read this? I'll pass it off.
I don't know.
Can I read it?
Yes, you can. So can Rudin.
Oh, good.
Um, it's written in a form of thieves' cant. Basically, it says, protect him with your life, but stay in the shadows. Um, if he doesn't return, don't bother returning.
I guess they're following instructions.
Yeah. They did a real good job of following those.
It's not signed.
Baron will drag Wembley into this cell over here and close the door.
Oh, really?
Leaving Wembley in the cell and Baron out of the cell, and then close the door.
Oh, okay.
He's not gonna rape a dead body.
Anybody got Speak with Dead?
And Baron will speak up and say, "I would like to question him in the morning, but at the moment, I cannot."
Did you get all that written down, Durkar?
Still working on it. That was a lot. So that was 6 daggers per rogue.
Yes, you have total is 12 daggers, 4 scimitars, two short swords, um, a light crossbow with bolts, a warhammer, a breastplate, a wristband, spell focus,
What was that one?
wristband, spell focus. You know, the thing a cleric uses to cast spells.
Okay.
It's called something else for a cleric. I can't think of the name.
Is it still just a holy symbol?
Holy symbol, yes. and two potions.
Of unknown origin.
They're red liquid.
Would I be able to tell if they looked like healing potion, or would they be some type different?
Give me a medicine check, or if you have any kind of alchemy or anything like that, let me know.
Oh, I
Or you can
do
show them to
medicine.
Valakad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah, I'll just hand them
if
over.
you start looking at them curiously, I'll walk over and
Yeah,
hopefully tell you what they are.
yeah,
I'll
Valakad.
give them to the alchemist.
Valakad, you definitely recognize them as healing potions. You don't even have to roll.
And I will pass it.
Just normal.
Yeah, just regular healing potions.
Anybody need any healing potions?
I would love them, but I am I am weighted out. Yeah, can't can't carry anything else.
Well, if nobody else wants them, I'll take them.
All right, they're yours.
All right, thank you.
Oh, and there's also a pouch of gold. Sorry, forgot that.
Is there enough to split?
Um, if you guys are looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
There's about 250 gold there.
And there's 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
That comes out to 50 each.
If I want to give it up, but yeah, 50 each.
You wouldn't be like that, would you?
You never know. I'm becoming more chaotic as it goes.
Yeah. Well, we have had another companion who was very good about keeping stuff for himself.
Anybody want the daggers? Or any of the other gear?
I don't know. Is any of them magical? Would any of them be part of my?
Give me an Arcana
Set of
check. Give me an Arcana check.
okay. What kind of check?
Arcana.
Hmm. Well,
Not much better.
High rollers around here.
That's why I don't bother with Vegas.
None of them look particularly magical.
What about any of the other weapons here? Magic and nature-ish type looking things? Runes or anything on them? Or they just look mundane?
They look like weapons.
I'm just gonna take the 4 scimitars so I can repurpose. Do they look well taken care of, or are they?
Yes. Very well taken care of.
Valakad will take a look if they will allow them to take a look at the warhammer and the breastplate. And spend a minute on each just in case.
Okay. There's nothing distinctly magical or special about these items. Outside of being wielded by a cleric.
Uh,
Say as much.
And I do have the holy symbol. So you said Rathvon?
That one.
I'll keep that for now.
According to this description, he's just a wonderful fella.
hmm.
I'll leave everything else for the guards, I guess.
Okay.
Guess head out and head back to the inn.
That's the inn?
And what time's it getting to be?
It would have been... Would have been just a little after 10 o'clock in the evening when they tried to enter the... when they tried to free him. So, a little after 10 at this point. Well,
Yeah, we gotta go talk to Osric.
if I was searching everything he did, it would probably be closer to 11.
All right, I think at least one of us needs to go check on our dollmaker friend.
Well, I guess I'll stay heading that way so I can commune with my dragon. If I don't still have contact.
Not quite. Your dragon is still with the doll maker?
Yeah.
And when was the last time you spoke to your dragon?
Before we came here.
Um. Okay, so Durkar is heading towards the doll maker. What's everyone else doing?
First thing I'm going to do is go upstairs and get my trident and my shield.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm thinking since it's not too late, we should probably go to Osric and let him know that it's finished.
Baron will mention that he put Wembley in a cell. If they could not disturb the body till the morning, he would like to ask it some questions.
Okay, that sounds fine to me. You want to go to Osric, or you want me to, or?
Well, he's right upstairs, so we can see him on the way out.
Oh, I thought he had left.
Well, we left him upstairs because I was talking to him.
Okay, that's good. Well, he just needs to know what's going on. That at least this is one of his headaches that's gone away.
Okay, you guys make your way upstairs. The barracks are pretty quiet at the moment. There's a solitary light on at Osric's desk. And he is there working.
Paperwork's a wonderful thing. It just never quits.
Are you saying that to him?
No, that was an out of character comment to the world.
Ah. And as you approach, he just kind of looks up at you and kind of gives you a questioning look as he looks you over, seeing the different wounds and traces of combat. And he says, "Seems we've missed something."
Oh, yes. The important thing is that you no longer have a prisoner to guard. There were 3 assassins that we got rid of, and Wembley's dead. Incidentally, we Durkar put I'm sorry, no. Brenner put Wembley in a cell, and he would like you to leave the body alone, and he'll be back in the morning. He wants to ask it some questions before it goes any further.
Now he's giving you a very confused look. He says he wants to ask a dead body questions.
Baron will hold up his hands and kind of wave his fingers around with a smile.
Ozzy will just kind of nod his head and okay.
Well, you don't know what you can find out until you ask.
That really wasn't my concern. To be
I
honest.
understand. I understand.
Balakat will mention that you also have a couple of guards down there that unfortunately did not make it. They were attacked before we were able to do anything.
Damn it, there weren't supposed to be any guards down there tonight.
Yeah. Well, if they don't follow orders, they have to take the consequences.
Thank you. I'll make sure they're taken care of.
All right, that seems reasonable. Okay. So, one little issue out of the way, but we still have at least 9 kids that we know of have disappeared. So, we're still working on that.
Have you made any progress?
Nothing more since we talked to you yesterday or earlier today. We do have him under surveillance, but that's about all we can do right now.
Okay. Is there anything more I can do for you, folks? I really do appreciate you taking care of Wembley. I wasn't expecting you to kill him or his cohorts, but you did what you had to do.
You know, they didn't give us much choice. But also, they didn't get out of the basement.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, nothing I can think of at the moment. It might be worth noting that there was a note on the dead dwarf's person that when we unfolded it was in Thieves' Cant, which suggests that at least he was involved with a local thieves guild, or a thieves guild, made me not a local one. But that puts a little different light on this situation. It's not just somebody out trying to do harm on his own. Wembley is probably linked with Thieves Guild in some fashion. So to me, that means you got to uh, be a little more cautious in dealing with them.
Well, it's also a possibility that Wimbley just hired henchmen from the Thieves Guild.
That's true enough.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go out and my ear to the ground and see if I can find out anything about Wembley and the Thieves Guild, and also any more information that I can find out about the missing kids.
Okay. Okay. Let's deal with Durkar first, and we'll come back to that, Reardon.
Okay,
Um, let's finish up here with this conversation, and we'll go to Durkar first. Um, I guess if there's nothing else, then I guess I'll see you out and finish up the paperwork. Get some um, trainees down to clean up the mess. And he stands and starts to guide you towards the door.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Go, Baron.
Okay. Um, he looks out into the cold or cooler night. The storm that seems to have started, or that seemed to have started before you went downstairs, has abated, and no longer seems to be an issue. Um, Durkar, you make your way across the square. Um, Eventually, you connect to the mind of your was it pseudo dragon,
Yep, yep.
and he seems very sleepy. You know, he's not asleep, but you can definitely sense the tiredness and the desire to just sleep. And he kind of perks up a little when you connect, and he
I'll go and look through his eyes.
okay. When you do, you see that. Well, give me a perception check real quick through his eyes, or through his stats. Not bad. Oh, I forgot to ask you when we started, Durkar. Give me a wisdom saving throw
For myself or for the dragon?
for you. I should have asked you when we started tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Um, you can feel your pseudo dragon's a little sleepy. He kind of looks around, and his eyes have that slow blink to them you get when you're tired, and you blink, and your eyes, you just have to fight to open your eyes again. And he watches um, Furton the doll maker from the rafters, and Furton is working on a doll on the table as in his workshop. Um, he's grumbling to himself. Um, can't make out a whole lot of the words. Most of them, what you do make out is basically um, something's not working out the way it should, and he's grumbling because of it. And after a few minutes, he just sits back suddenly in frustration and tosses his tool onto the work table. And it takes a moment and kind of takes a deep breath and just kind of growls to himself under his breath. And he kind of takes another deep breath and scrubs at his face with his hands and says, I think it's bedtime. He gets up and he is very careful to cover the doll that he's working on.
Do I get a chance to see what it looks like?
Um, it's you. It is a doll of you. Of you. You can see um, the colored scale, or the scales, the carved scales, I should say, are starting to come in nicely. Um, there are a couple of them that don't quite look right, and um, when he moves away, you actually see the head of the doll, and right now it's kind of twisted at a very unpleasant angle. It's kind of twisted like 90 degrees and pointed more up. It it would be very uncomfortable to lay like that. But if you could even lay like that without breaking your neck. But you can tell
I want a refund.
you can tell that whatever he was frustrated about is probably something to do with the head, because parts of it just they don't look right. They look very off.
Turning you into a damn kobold.
So then he covers the doll and stops and stretches, and you can hear bones in his back popping, and kind of scratches at his back, and slowly shuffles up to the stair or over to the stairs. Shuffles up them to his room, and you hear the door shut behind him.
And I'm gonna ask my dragon if he can recant anything unsuspicious, anything suspicious for the day. If not, I will tell him to. You can sleep. Actually, no, I'll dismiss him.
Okay. At one point, well, your dragon tells you that at one point, um, partway through the day, um, Wimbley, Furton did leave through the back door. Um, when he returned, he seemed to be um, disheveled and out of breath.
Did he take anything with him?
Um, Not that your dragon noticed. Other than that, the um, dollmaker hasn't done anything unusual. He's um, tended his shop and worked on that all of you.
Alrighty. What's behind his shop?
Behind his shop is a small alley where the cellar door is down into the cellar under the shop, and then just on the other side of the alley, there's a wall. It's about 7 feet tall, and on the other side of that is another alley, and then um, residences.
Alright, I'll go to the back door cellar area.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
I'll act like I'm just like walking down the alley, but in the meantime, as I walk past. So I'm technically not trying to stealth. I'm just walking down the alley.
Okay, and what are you trying to determine with this?
I'm trying to determine if I sense anything that is not out of normal. Basically everything and anything I can as I just walk down the alley past the back of the shop. So I guess it's more of a blanket search instead of a more defined or a blanket sense.
Okay,
And then also keeping my ears open if I hear any muffled screams.
Okay, give me a perception check from your own character sheet. Um, Nothing pings on your divine sense. Um, Down the alleys, it doesn't appear as though there's anything particularly good or evil, or of the celestial fiend or undead variety. And as you make your way down the alley and then past the back of the shop, seems like a quiet night.
I'll just make my way back to the Liar's Lair.
Okay. Um, as you are as you're reaching for the door to open it for the Liar's Lair, um, another hand comes out of the shadows and grabs your wrist, stopping you from grabbing the door. Well, he doesn't really grab your wrist. He just kind of sets his hand on your wrist.
Okay, I'll look down at this individual because I know pretty much everybody in town is going to be below my eyesight.
Yes. He is a halfling. And he kind of looks up at you, um, gives you a kind of surprised look. And takes like half a step back. And he says, recovering quickly, he says, um, you don't blend into the shadows very well, big man. What are you doing skulking around my town?
I'm a giant golden lizard. I don't skulk and I don't hide. Why the questions?
It's smart to keep an eye on others that might be moving in on my territory.
And you are then? Are you saying you're the mayor, lord, or chieftain of this little village?
Um, in response to your question of you are, he just kind of smiles at you until you ask the next question. He says, and when you ask that, he just scoffs. He's like, no, no, I have no such, I carry no such title of respect in this town.
So you're one of the more trying to find the word. Fuck, I can't think of the word. Help.
One of the more shadowy, covert,
Disreputable.
disreputable.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just Okay, so we'll go back to that. I was like, so you're one of more the disreputable types.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, then, how do the shadows find thee today?
Well, aside from the strange storm we had a little bit ago, it's been a pretty quiet night. Outside
Are
of a
you?
giant golden lizard sneaking around.
I told you I don't sneak. I
That's
walk into
obvious.
locations with purpose. So, what brings you out tonight? What are you looking for? Maybe I have seen it.
Hmm. Not looking for anything in particular, just prowling the town, trying to keep an eye on things.
Shit, before we started, was he speaking in common or gnomish or
Common.
whatnot? The very beginning. Okay.
He suddenly turns and looks to his left and says, "Well, looks like our conversation's gonna have to be cut short."
I'll look the same direction. While he's saying that, I'll follow his gaze.
Give me a perception check.
You know I'm not good at those. See?
Yeah, you don't see nothing. But when you look back, he's nowhere to be seen.
Strange little thing. I'm hungry. Let's go.
Okay. So you make your way inside and
I'm
get
talking to the gerbil in my pocket. Because I used the plural word.
Okay. That's new to me.
I don't want to know what you and your woman are doing with the gerbil.
That's none ya. Let's just say she has ideas.
I don't want to hear any more about this. Reardon. We'll just shut that down right now.
Ridden, are you telling us that you're taking off, or?
Yeah, I was going to go out and check around and see if I could find out anything about these guild and
And as you go, I will grab you by your shoulder and say best of luck.
I'll have fun out there.
He cast a spell on you too. Isn't that nice of him?
Now you're charmed and in love.
Uh,
It's not the one that I'm looking at.
so I'll make my way out onto the streets.
Okay. Let me scroll back and read that ability one more time.
Oh, I can't read that. It's too small.
Okay. You make your way out into the city, like you have at least once before, and you find yourself the same contact, a uh, roughly a middle member of a local thieves guild.
And I'll, I'll ask him if he knows anything about. Can't remember the got the anyway. The crook and the thieves guilds in this area. If he knew anything about it,
If he knows anything about thieves guilds in the area, um,
there's thieves guilds in every town, no matter the size.
for the most part, yes. The one in this town is not huge. It is definitely present. Um, and it's actually got a better reputation than most, as they may be a thieves guild, but they're also considered protectors. And the thieving that they do practice, tends to be considered as more as repayment for their services rather than, you know, actual theft. Because they tend to keep the town, for the most part, fairly safe.
So this you weren't involved with this. I can't remember the individual's name.
Who, the priest?
Wembley?
Wembley?
Yeah.
Okay. No, we had no involvement with that.
And was there because we there was a note written, okay, in Steve's camp, and it kind of was carried by the individuals who were trying to break him out, and wanted to know if you knew anything about any other guilds that were could be involved with it.
Well, we can't really speak for guilds from any other towns. Um, there are other towns where the guilds hire out as mercenaries or henchmen, or specifically take um, jobs on commission. Um, that's a little
And what
beyond our typical, but I mean we have done such things, but not very seldom. Very seldom.
and the other thing I was going to inquire about is any more information about the missing children. We know of 9. Has that increased? And have you found out anything that might help us discover?
Um, as far as I know, that number's still at 9. Um, we have noticed that an uptick of activity around the main square. Um, there have been some more suspicious characters around there in the last 4 or 5 nights. Um, other than that, the rest of town seems to be fairly quiet. Um, unfortunately, I don't have any more information about kidnappings at this point.
Okay, if you find out anything either way, you can get a hold of me.
I
And I'll
I will get a hold of you,
I'll walk away.
and he'll watch you walk away. Sorry, that's a critical role thing.
Are we all meeting at the inn, or are we staying around the jail?
We're going to meet at the end. So as you take off, I would imagine that me, Aramil, and Baron will head to the end.
Well, I'll make my way back to the inn.
Okie doke.
Go in and find where everybody's at and sit down with them.
Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, sorry about that. So everyone meets up back at the inn tavern, Liar's Lair.
I went back.
What do you guys want to do at that point?
Well, I'll let everybody know what I did, what I found out, which wasn't much, but that our friend O'Gay had nothing to do with the Thieves Guild here, but doesn't mean that he wasn't involved with the Thieves Guild out of town. And no new children have come up missing, and no one has been spotted doing anything unusual.
I'll recant my communications with the dragon, seeing the doll maker leave and then come back disheveled. So I definitely did something. And then on my way back here, my encounter with the underbelly of the town, I would think.
As you guys gather at the table, um, it's not long before Ingby comes out with large cups of mead and ale for you guys. And she kind of stops leaning against Durkar for a few minutes, or a few moments, just kind of looking around at the table, making sure everyone is happy with their drinks before she kind of basically just flits off to do some other work. She's got a full tap room to keep track of tonight.
I'll give her a rump a hearty wallop as she walks away. Of course, playfully.
Of course. She just kind of giggles and looks back over her shoulder. Sticks her tongue out at you. So, um, you guys have drinks. What do you want to do? It's At this point, I would say it's probably 11:30 or so.
Aaron will ask if anybody is able to disguise themselves. They have a way to change how they look.
I can do that.
He will say, I'll ask if you can change to a gnome or a halfling or possibly a dwarf.
Child.
I don't have that ability. I, I can change my outward appearance, not my size.
You're thinking of laying a trap. Do we need to find a wizard that can polymorph?
He will say that he has a spell. He has an incantation that will allow him to speak with the deceased. But if the deceased was not on the best of terms previous to dying, it may not respond as kindly. So if we were to be able to fool it in some way, it might give us more truthful answers than if we just walk in as ourselves.
Does it have to be someone they trust or just someone they don't really know?
Either would be better than us.
What about Angבי?
That is definitely a possibility. If she'd be willing to come with us in the morning.
No, I'll ask her later.
He will give you a smile and a wink. And he will ask, he'll say that the questions that he would like to know is what the main objective of Wembley was, how far did he get to attaining the goal, and what is the next steps? Does anybody have any other question?
How many do you get?
We'll call it 4.
So yeah, one more, or are you just thinking of alternatives?
One more and possibly alternatives.
Does he know who's taking the kids? I think Even though we talk to the dead, we can still. They still have knowledge of other things, don't they? Is that how all that works?
We asked him that before, and the answer seemed truthful, that he did not care about kids and did not have anything to do with kids.
Can you zone a truth a corpse when you interrogate it?
That is the plan. I've never done this before, but we shall try.
Disregard that. Damn it! Just open it up so I can read the damn. Okay, wrong button.
Technically, Zone of Truth does not work on a corpse, and Baron would know that.
Okay.
So, any other conversation for tonight?
I'm good.
That I'm aware of. Okay.
Okay. Then you guys finish up your drinks. And you finish up your drinks and make your way to bed. And could be pulling Durkar off into her room without even asking anywhere.
And I'm not doing a performance score. We're just saying I'm the best thing ever nowadays.
You're just saying what?
We're going with I got a nat 20 out from here on out. There you
Oh, okay.
I mean, if the gerbil's involved, I'm sure there's got to be a performance check of some sort.
So your nat 20 is her 5? Is that what you're saying?
go. What? I don't know.
6 with the gerbil.
Oh, 6, okay. Um,
I mean, I'll roll it if you want me to. I'm just saying.
no, I'm fine. You're cool. You guys wake up in the morning.
Just so you know, it was a 18.
Oh, seriously?
And then an 18 plus 3, so there you go, 21.
Okay. You guys wake up in the morning. Sun coming through the windows. It was
Oh, I would have asked her last night about assisting us in being an impartial person to ask a dead body questions. Would she be willing?
I don't have to touch him or get all bloody or anything, do I?
No, you just ask the questions. Because he knows us, and it could be misguided answers.
Okay, I can do that.
Cool. Round 2.
Hamsters are close to gerbils, right?
Yes.
Performance would be charisma. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Space hamster.
There actually are space hamsters. And
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Just he used one of them. Okay.
I couldn't find a gerbil in the compendium, so.
except a space hamster's like bigger than a human.
Giant space hamster is.
Okay.
Space hamster, I need to look it up again.
I'm sorry, I thought it was space hamster and then miniature space hamster for Boo. Maybe he's just a miniature giant space
Boo.
hamster.
Yeah, Boo is a miniature giant space hamster.
Gotcha.
Oh, the picture I see here of a giant space hamster is just a little bit bigger than a gnome.
Yeah, space hamster is a tiny monstrosity.
Okay. Well, I got the impression it was like big as a bear kind of thing.
Maybe as big as a horse.
Wonder where I got that.
Giant space hamster is a large beast.
Gotcha.
Horse.
Anyway.
Or is horse considered a mid beast?
No, horse is large. Anyway, it's all of this is minutia. You guys come down for breakfast, which Angby is happily providing. Once she has you guys breakfast served, with extra helpings on Durkar's plate, of course, she comes over and just kind of sits down on Durkar's knee and rests her head against his shoulder and just kind of dozes off because she's tired.
You know, that's one thing they don't have in
That's
5e.
all that late night activity.
Dragonborn half-breeds. I'll inform everybody at the table that she has agreed to ask the questions for us. Just make sure she knows the questions beforehand.
Did we have a fourth question?
Why is he so ugly?
If we don't, we can stop with 3. It's perfectly fine.
Well, leave the fourth one open for responses we're given.
You know what? Well, one question could be: does he know anything about the missing kids?
We asked him that in his Zone of Truth, and Baron was pretty certain that he doesn't care about the kids, doesn't want to have anything to do with the kids, and just really was over having anything to do with the kids.
Okay.
We could definitely table that if we have nothing else. Baron will list the questions out for Angeby.
Do you have a list of them?
And ask Durkar if she can hold the Rethbon holy symbol while she is asking the questions to the body.
Okay.
Sorry, I nodded off. What was that?
Wait, did you really? It's not off?
No, but
Oh.
I nodded off. So there you go. No, I was out of the room, so I used it as an excuse.
Okay.
Durkar nodded off. So you had to wake me
Um.
I'm really tempted to stab you with a dart.
up. You have several.
Angeby is fine to. Well, she's not exactly fine with it, but she'll do it. Holding the holy symbol. She's, well, a little creeped out about this whole talking to a corpse and holy symbol thing, but
Need not worry. All it can do is talk. Cannot move.
okay. So is that what you guys want to do? Is go talk to Wimby Neal? Wimbley?
I'll take the long way route again and bring back my dragon and have him go back in the doll makers. See if he can sneak back in. Or can I just poof him right there? Because I know what it looks like through his eyes. As long as I'm in 60 feet, I can poof him anywhere.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah. So I'll just walk by the house again and I'll just poof him back into the rafters.
Okay.
And then
Works for
quick
me.
communication of keep up the surveillance, and if he leaves, follow him.
He's already working at his desk. Or at his table. As your pseudo dragon says that you have the distinct, you feel it more than hear it, but it's the distinct feeling of a yawn.
It's like, I wasn't the other one up on me. What were you doing?
I sleep when you sleep.
Is that really how that works? I sent him off, dismissed him.
You did it again? Or are you asking?
No, is that how that works? If I send him off, if I dismiss him back to
I don't
wherever I
know.
summon him from, does
I don't know.
He's been asleep for longer than for more, so I don't know.
I just said something that sounded neat.
Fair enough.
No, that's probably not the way it's intended to work, no. But he doesn't know that. And for all you know, he's just messing with you.
True. All right. Yeah, that was just a question. It's okay.
Okay. Poop him. Okay, so you make your way back over to the jail, I guess.
Yes.
Yep.
See if Osric's heard about any new children missing since yesterday.
Um, Not yet. It's fairly early in the morning, and you guys seem very eager for more children to go missing. Are you?
No, it's just it's an accusation, but yes, that is my word. Um, because the main suspect left his house and came back disheveled. So keep an ear out.
Okay.
Or at least my main suspect.
Okay. Then let's.
Let's talk to a dead man.
Yeah, Baron will say, can we speak with the Wembley?
Certainly, my. Oops. My men have not touched the body. You guys can all hit the long rest buttons.
Yay.
Um, my men have not touched Wembley's body, but they have cleaned up the rest of the cell level. Um, no offense, but I'm not particularly fond of the whole speaking dead thing. So I'm gonna be upstairs. If you need anything, call out. Let me know. But good luck.
I'll ask Baron, should we talk to one of the personnel that tried to break him out too?
We can. I can do this particular spell twice.
We should figure out where they put the bodies. I think talking to one of them might be a good thing too.
So, see how he answers, and we will go from there. So he'll instruct Anjabi to stand next to the body here. And tell everybody else to stay away from the opening. And he will look in towards the body and cast Speak with Dead. And then as he does that, he will quickly move back. So she should be facing the body, holding holding the holy symbol of Wrathbond in between her hands.
Okay. And she looks down at this little piece of paper you gave her. Says, "I intend to serve in your stead. What is my main objective to attain?" And I guess we should go back just a little. As your spell takes effect, the corpse slowly rises to a sitting position, and Ingby kind of um, moves as close to the wall, or as far as she can from it, without leaving the room, and looks at Durkar and says, "You said it wasn't gonna move."
Sorry, it just turned its head, right?
It's set up, basically.
And you're still safe. It won't attack. I've never done this before. Last I heard, they don't move.
Um, then she says, reads the question.
Or maybe just from my world, they don't move.
Drawing life force and power from good people helps to strengthen myself and my allies. And then she says, "How far did you get to attaining our goal?" There is no specific goal other than to um, draining the resources of our enemies and increasing our own. Um, Angby kind of um, hearing all this, she kind of pales. The color kind of fades from her face. And she looks back at um, Baron and Durkar, and then back at the corpse, and says, "Where you have failed, I must succeed. What is my next step after releasing you from this torment?" Um, find another target and um, drain their life force, their powers. Once once you have drained enough, return to the clan and um, offer it as offer it in praise or as sacrifice.
Baron will whisper from around the corner. Ask where the clan is located.
Okay. She turns back to Wimbley and says, "Where's the clan located?" Um, After a few moments, Wembley speaks up and says, um, I was supposed to meet up with a detachment from Iron Axe Clan Hall, heading west into um, the Deadlands.
West where?
The Deadlands?
The Deadlands?
Ooh, I'm getting a really bad echo. Um, I was supposed to meet with a detachment headed west from the Iron Axe Clan Hall, headed for the Deadlands.
Baron will step in, look inside, look at Wembley, and say, and look back over at Angeby and say, "You've done wonderfully. You've helped us a lot." That is our 4 questions, and we can leave.
She just kind of smiles at you and nods, and then um, yeah, basically just goes and stands with Durkar until you guys leave.
Baron will usher everybody up and when we get up to the main level, he'll mention to Osric not to ask any other questions to the body down below. Just have your people bury it. It'll be fine.
Do you still feel like we need to question one of the others?
We
Osric,
could.
Osric will just give you a confused look and nod.
Um, Baron will say, we could talk to the others, but I think we got plenty information from him, thinking that Fair Angeby here was on his side.
I'll tell her that she can head on back to the Liar's Lair. We have other things to accomplish as well.
She will thank you and then give Durkar a kiss and head on back. Okay, so where's the rest of you headed?
That is a good question.
I'm at a loss with the children thing, so I don't know. Now that Wembley's dead, we can obviously search for his stuff later once we get out of here, but looks like that route is also taking us away from Gordon.
Did that almost sound to you like there may be some sort of sinister dealings in the Arnax clan hall? That maybe there's some connection with Wembley and his bunch?
It is a possibility. Could also be it could be dwarves within Iron Axe Clan Hall that are Wrathbond worshippers. It could be visitors to the Iron Axe Clan Hall that was possibly doing the exact same thing as Wembley was doing. It could be any number of things.
Do you think maybe since they're going into the Deadlands that they might have been in cahoots with the ogres and goblins that attacked?
Also very possible.
So that would mean the Thieves Guild and the Iron Axe Clan Hall has ties with ogres and goblins that attacked and killed their king.
Ogres and goblins and orcs. Oh my. Ogres and goblins and orcs. Oh my.
Dead king.
Why don't we go ahead and take a break there? Everyone go ahead and get your drinks, snacks, use your restroom, stretch, chase the dogs away, whatever you need to do. We'll meet up here in a few minutes.
All right. Oh, so you were in the house, huh?
Are we back or are we still away?
I guess we're still on break.
Are we going to resume?
Okay. Is everyone back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where you been, man? Where you been?
How long was I gone?
Almost 40 minutes.
Wow.
No, about 30, but even so,
Sorry.
He forgot about us.
I hate to say it, I was actually not feeling very good, and as much as I hate to say it, I think it's getting worse. Um, you guys mind if we go ahead and call it, pick it up next week? Because I'm really not feeling very good. It just came out of nowhere.
Okay by me.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
whatever you need to do.
Okay, well, then we'll just pick it out next week.